Hello and welcome to this week's podcast. Today we will be discussing whether NRL players should or should not be allowed to play with pending court trials. In today's discussion, we will be identifying certain cases where the NRL has stood players down and whether it was the correct call. We will be drawing on a functionalist theory to argue that the off-field scandals have put the sport in a bad light, and that it doesn't fit the code's values regarding being a source of inspiration as role models for the future generations of the sport. This debacle has left many people involved in the sport concerned about the culture that's being created and the impacts this could have in promoting the sport's traditional values of having a close and positive link between players and their communities. Functionalist theory is based on the assumption that society is an organized system of interrelated parts held together by shared values and established social arrangements that maintain the system in a state of balance or equilibrium. By applying the functionalist theory to the multiple and excessive NRL off-field dramas, we can see an imbalanced world that the players are meant to embody in being a source of inspiration to the community, and that they don't share the same values as the NRL. In a Fox Sports article by Luke Kinsella, the off-field scandals were labelled a complete train wreck by NRL CEO Todd Greenberg, and that the NRL has run out of patience and tolerance for misbehaviour off the field. In the most recent of the 66 scandals that have plagued the NRL over the last 4 years, Ben Barber was alleged to assaulting his partner at a Townsville casino. After a police investigation, along with the NRL Integrity Unit, CEO Todd Greenberg stood the North Queensland Cowboys fullback down. In his statement about the incident, Greenberg stated, "When we see violence, and particularly when we see violence against women, we will act, and we will act in the strongest terms. Our players have enormous amounts of education and training. They deliver unbelievable things on the field, but they have responsibilities off the field. We're going to get tougher and stronger on players that do the wrong thing because we cannot afford the damage it does to our game. We've had some difficulties over this off-season, but by and large, you look at our playing group, and they are doing some spectacular things in our community." Linking back to functionalist theory, an example of sports and society would support the actions of increasing development and sport opportunities for women, and the actions of Ben Barber towards his wife don't portray these same beliefs. Relating this to Michael Kent's work in the Oxford Dictionary of Sports Science and Medicine, functionalist perspective of sport is a view of the relationship between sport and politics that suggests that sport is used to promote common values held essential for the integration and development of a society. This theory agrees with Greenberg's actions towards Barber as he's promoting common values that violence against women is not accepted in the rugby league community. In another ongoing scandal, St. George Illawarra Dragons forward Jack DeBellin has been banned from playing, although pleading not guilty, until after his court hearing on April 17th. DeBellin is alleged to sexually assaulting a 19-year-old woman on December 9th, 2018. When applying functionalist theory to this scenario, DeBellin's actions, whether being true or not, have broken the equilibrium of all the interrelated parts of rugby league. The allegations have led media companies moving from the positives of the game to negative publicity. Grassroots take a hit as local footy clubs are talking about the scandal, and parents may take their kids to which at the time will have less negative connotations. Local juniors in the community who looked up to DeBellin have lost a figure who was a role model and someone to inspire to be, whether he was found guilty or not. As seen in Routledge Handbook of the Sociology of Sport by Tim Delaney, socialization, cultural values are transmitted from one generation to the next. This is the case with DeBellin, as his actions would have been part of the rugby league culture and the future generations would. Overall, with the application of the functionalist theory, I agree with the stance that the NRL has taken with these allegations. It is essential for every interrelated part of rugby league to do their job and grow the sport. With these off-field scandals, especially Jack DeBellin, they didn't portray these same traditional values as the rugby league community. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thanks so much for listening. Take care now.